Welcome to the Idiot Box. This is Inception. The movie starts with Cobb and Arthur, who are meeting with Mr. Sato and tell him that they are extractors who steal information from people's mind by sharing dreams with them, and they want to train Sato to defend himself against these kind of attacks. Sato is unimpressed. Cobb and Arthur are actually in Sato's dream and are trying to steal information from Sato's mind. Cobb meets with Mal and tells her that he can't trust her. Cobb then sneaks inside the mansion and steals the information, but Mal informs on him and Arthur is captured. Cobb kills Arthur, who wakes up from the dream. This causes the dreamscape to collapse. Cobb escapes and reads the information while Arthur dunks him into water to wake him up. Sato wakes up and is tied down. Cobb and Arthur interrogate him about the remaining piece of information, but Sato realizes that they are still in a dream and is impressed with Cobb's ability to layer multiple dreams within each other. When he actually wakes up to reality, Arthur and Cobb are gone. Cobb, knowing that they failed to extract the information, try to escape from the country, but Sato catches up to them. Sato offers to hire Cobb for the supposedly impossible job of implanting an idea into a person's subconscious, performing Inception on Robert, the son of Sato's competitor Maurice Fisher, with the idea to dissolve his father's company. Sato promises to clear Cobb's criminal status, allowing him to return home to his children. Cobb accepts the offer and travels to Paris in search of an architect. His father-in-law introduces him with Ariadne. Cobb teaches her the basic of dream building. She is tasked with designing the dream's architecture. On one of their dream-sharing sessions, Ariadne is attacked by Cobb's ex-wife Mel. Ariadne feels threatened and leaves. Cobb tells Arthur that she'll come back and tasks him to train her with dream architecture. And Cobb travels to Mombasa to meet with Eames, a dream forger. Eames tells him that Inception is possible but is very difficult to achieve. Cobb is then chased by his previous contractor. Sato comes to rescue him and Eames joins them. Arthur trains Ariadne with dream mazes, and they discuss that Cobb can't build dreams because he can't trust Mal. Arthur reveals that Mal is dead, and the woman she met in his dream is a projection of his subconscious. Meanwhile, the trio meets with a chemist named Yusuf, who develops a sedative powerful enough to create a three-layered dream. They begin to formulate a plan on how to put the idea in Robert Fisher's mind. Cobb and Ariadne discuss about totems, a unique and personal item that can't be copied, so that they can separate dream from reality. The plan is to sedate Robert into a three-layered dream on a 10-hour flight from Sydney to America. Time in each layer runs slower than the layer above, with one member staying behind on each to perform a music-synchronized kick to awaken dreamers on all three levels simultaneously. On one of Cobb's private dream walks, Ariadne infiltrates his dream and sees that Cobb has created a prison of memories to trap his projection of Mal. Ariadne warns him that it won't be able to keep her contained. The team gets the news that Robert's father has died and it is time for the operation. Robert and the team board the flight and Cobb sedates Robert. On the first level, the team abducts Robert, but they are attacked by his subconscious projections. Sato is shot, but the team manages to escape to a warehouse. It is revealed that Robert is trained by an extractor to protect himself against dream infiltration. That's why Robert's subconscious is militarized. Eames decide to kill Sato to wake him up, but Cobb reveals that with the level of sedation they are in, if they die in the dream they will fall into limbo, a world of infinite subconscious. To move forward, they will have to complete the mission. Eames impersonates Robert's godfather, Peter Browning, to introduce the idea of an alternate will to dissolve the company. Ariadne and Cobb discuss Sato's condition, and Cobb reveals that he and Mal entered limbo while experimenting with dream sharing, experiencing 50 years in one night due to the time dilation with reality. When they wake up, Mal believes that she is still dreaming. Attempting to wake up, Mal kills herself, framing Cobb to force him to do the same. Cobb fled US, leaving his children behind. Robert and the team are put in a van, and Yusuf drives while the rest dive down to second level, a hotel dreamed by Arthur. Cobb persuades Robert that he has been kidnapped by Browning to stop the dissolution, and that Cobb is a defensive projection, leading Robert yet another level deeper, this time Robert joining the team to fight against his own subconscious. On the third level, the team infiltrates an alpine fortress, where Eames lead the projection defending the fortress away. Yusuf, however, performs his kick early, and the team miss their respective kicks. They plan to use another kick when the van hits the water. Sato and Robert sneak into the fortress where the Inception can be performed, while Cobb and Ariadne provide cover. Sato's wound from the first level starts affecting him on the third. Robert goes inside the fortress, but before he can open a locked door, Mal shows up and kills Robert. Cobb and Ariadne go into limbo to bring Robert back. Meanwhile, Arthur improvises a new kick by rigging the elevator with explosives, and Eames creates his own kick by rigging the building to blow. Cobb and Ariadne find Mal, where Cobb reveals that to wake Mal from limbo, he put an inception in her mind that her world is a dream, but the inception went in too deep, making her believe that her real world is also a dream, which ultimately leads to her death. And he makes peace with Mal's death. Ariadne shoots Mal and wakes Robert up with a kick. Ariadne urges Cobb to come with her, who chooses to stay to find Sato, who is also in limbo after dying from his wound. Revived on third level, Robert discovers the planted idea, his dying father telling him to create something for himself. The team rides the kick back to reality to the first level. Eames posed as Browning stays with Robert to confirm if the inception worked. In limbo, Cobb finds an aged Sato and reminds him of their agreement. The dreamers all awaken on the plane, and Sato makes a phone call. Arriving at Los Angeles, Cobb passes the immigration checkpoint, and his father-in-law accompanies him to his home. Cobb uses Mal's totem, a top that spins indefinitely in a dream, to test if he is indeed in the real world, but chooses not to observe the result and instead joins his children. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more.